A while back, I managed to somehow win myself an Elegoo Mars 5 Ultra. This meant that instead of spending money on miniatures, I could just spend my own money and buy resin and print them myself. So, after having done exactly that, this miniature is the result of that, and today we will be painting it. Aidoneus, the Fallen One, is a miniature from Mammoth Factory. I got 1 month free on their subscription on my mini factory, and this miniature was included with their welcome package. If you like this miniature, go check them out. Now, I want to keep this somewhat simple, and therefore I follow the color scheme of their official illustration art. For this skin, I will be using this dunkelgrau, a color that I seem to be using far too often, and purple. We start with the base of dunkelgrau as the undercoat, since I thought it came close to the illustration art. Now, we will try and shade that by thinly coloring in the inside with that purple, in the hope of creating a blend that gives a gradient from purple to that dark gray, since I thought that the illustration had a slight purplish hue to the skin. Now, I'm still not that good at shading and creating blends, but since these colors were close in saturation and brightness, it somehow worked much easier, and in the end it kind of looked pretty decent. For the ropes, we will be using a sandy yellow color. Now, I'm really happy with the print quality I get from this printer, and apart from some fragile parts like the tongue and the ear, the print came out perfectly. Once I painted the legs in the base skin color, we proceed to the leather straps on the rope with some brown paint. Now, I'm pretty sure this is chipping from the Atom line, since I almost always prefer that over the actual leather and brown colors. The hair, or fire hair rather, will be painted in blue. Now, I also tried some shading here by working with 3 colors to create a gradient. We start with this base blue color, and then the tips of the flames will be done in a brighter aquamarine color. We then pick a shade of blue somewhere in between those two colors to bridge the gap in color difference. And with the help of a very thin wash like blue paint, I try to combine these 3 steps in color together. It didn't really work well since the consistency was off, just like in the cape of the Battle Mage. One of the future mini painting videos will definitely be used for me as a case study on how to properly create shading, because this is definitely not the way to do it. With some brass paint, I paint the caps on the scroll holders and also paint the arm and ankle bracers later on in the video. The scroll in his hand will get a dark sand-like color, and I'm using something similar to create the fake shadows in the crevices of his robe. Off camera I also did the opposite with a brighter version of the same color to create the highlights on his robe, but I forgot to record that. Still a quirk I've not seen to forget. With my fine brush and some black paint, we color in the straps on the scroll holder and paint the misfire hair burning through his robe. Don't really see how that can be any good, but hey. We then give the base a Dunkelgrau color and a highlight with some dry brushing, and then we come to an end on this miniature. While I finish this miniature and you enjoy the beauty shots, I want to thank you for watching this video, and next miniature video will probably me be studying shading, and if you maybe like to learn something as well, if I happen to do so, I'll see you then. Until next time.